Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic, Keek on the mic. People, this the intro.
Talk bad about my team, you must be a clown. This is Keek on the mic, so you know you better bear down. Bear down. Bear down.
Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Like always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you also follow me on all my social media platforms to stay connected with all Keek on the Mic news. So, Bears fans, I first off want to apologize for not posting a video yesterday. Yesterday, I was celebrating my 26th birthday. I do want to thank all the listeners that reached out to me to wish me a happy birthday. I'm very appreciative of all the birthday wishes from you guys. So once again, thank you guys for that. I am back today with the all new Keek on the Mic video, and the Chicago Bears are heading to Indianapolis to have joint practices with the Colts for the next couple of days, and then they'll have their second preseason game on Saturday night against the Colts. So this is going to be another opportunity for the Chicago Bears to get better. And for the most part, I feel like the Colts still have a pretty decent team that will push not only Justin Fields, but this defense as well. So looking forward to the Chicago Bears getting better these next couple of days, and also giving you guys constant updates of these joint practices with the Colts. So make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, hitting the bell notification so you can catch every single Chicago Bears update of these joint practices with the Colts right here on the podcast. So Bears fans, the one thing I really wanted to bring up on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, and I'm not sure why I didn't bring this up after the win over the Tennessee Titans in the Chicago Bears' first preseason game this past Saturday, but I just want to give a lot of credit to the Chicago Bears offensive line, not just the starters, but even the second and third stringers as well. The offensive line in general looked really good in the preseason opening win against the Tennessee Titans on Saturday. And let's start off with the starters. And obviously, we're going to talk about the two big plays from the starting offense. The 62-yard screen pass to DJ Moore took it to the house, 62 yards. You all know about that. And obviously, the 56-yard touchdown on a running back screen to Khalil Herbert as well. All we see there is obviously DJ Moore and Khalil Herbert scoring those touchdowns, being big-time playmakers for Justin Fields. But if you rewatch the tape, what I see as a fan and what most people that are actually rewatching the tape are seeing is that the Chicago Bears offensive line blocked those plays perfectly. In order for a screenplay to work, everything has to work out, and it always starts with the offensive line. When you look at the very first play for the very first touchdown, the first series to DJ Moore for a 62-yard touchdown, everyone knows it was absolutely electric. But when you really look at it, obviously DJ Moore caught the ball, made the first move. But what I see is Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, even Carter able to get to the second level and make outstanding blocks to really help DJ Moore spring free for that 62-yard score. This offensive line is just different from last year. And we've had a lot of talks about if the offensive line can improve, that's going to help Justin Fields. That's going to help the overall offense. We're going to have more explosive plays. And early on in the very first preseason game, right away, we see an explosive play. And a lot of it is due to the amazing blocking by the offensive line. This unit looks very different. They're revamped. Obviously, Ryan Poles spent a whole lot of time revamping the Chicago Bears offensive line to ensure that our QB1, our franchise quarterback in Justin Fields, has time to throw, and also making sure he's adding guys that are not only big and strong, but are athletic, that can get to the second level, guys that are nasty, guys that are pricks. That's what Ryan Poles likes to call them. And every single person on the starting offensive line, even the backups as well, they all have those qualities. So once again, kudos to Ryan Poles. But I just wanted to come on here real quick and just give a huge shout out to all these guys on offensive line, because the blocking in limited action against the Tennessee Titans was absolutely outstanding. Not only to the first touchdown to DJ Moore in the screen pass, but also the 56-yard touchdown screen pass to Khalil Herbert as well. These guys were getting to the second level, executing perfect blocks for their playmakers on the outside. And this is what they're supposed to do. And this is what Ryan Poles wanted to add to his offensive line. Guys that are athletic enough to get to the second level and make blocks on these linebackers. So we all know that if your offensive linemen are able to get to that second level and they put their hands on a corner or a linebacker, most of the time the linebackers and corners are not going to win those matchups. So it was beautiful to see Braxton Jones get to the second level. It was beautiful to see Tevin Jenkins get to the second level. It was even beautiful to see Darnell Wright get to the second level, because that's when you know that Ryan Poles' vision, what he had a vision for the offensive line, is coming to life. And I understand that it's early. Most of the defensive starters for the Tennessee Titans didn't really even play. But to me, that doesn't matter. What matters to me is that they kept Justin Fields clean. They kept the backup quarterback clean. They even kept the third string quarterback clean. The quarterbacks for the Chicago Bears had all day to throw, and it was kudos to the Chicago Bears offensive line. Now moving on to these joint practices with the Colts. This is going to be a very good opportunity against a very good, to me, very good defensive line for the Colts, led by DeForest Buckner. They are going to challenge the starters for the Chicago Bears offensive line. This will allow them to get better. DeForest Buckner is not an easy guy to block. So this Chicago Bears offensive line is going to have their handful with DeForest Buckner and the rest of the Colts defensive line. But I love it. It's a challenge for them. If they go in there and dominate a defensive line as good as the Colts, I think that's going to be a step in the right direction. And hopefully they can put on a good performance in these joint practices, have another solid performance in this preseason game against the Colts, and just continue to stack the momentum, because we all know if the Bears offensive line is improved, that's going to help Justin Fields. That's going to help the overall offense. And overall, it's just going to make the Chicago Bears a whole lot better of a team. And Bears fans, let's keep this in mind, that this Chicago Bears offensive line is not even at full strength. We are still waiting for Nate Davis to suit up and play with this offensive line, not only in practice, but in one of these preseason games as well. I think once Nate Davis goes in there, then we're really going to see Ryan Poles' vision of what he wanted for this offensive line. But at the same time, Carter did an outstanding job on Saturday against the Tennessee Titans. And it, to me personally, that just tells me that we have really good depth behind our starters as well. But when Nate Davis gets in there, I think this offensive line is going to be really good for the Chicago Bears. Obviously, Darnell Wright looked really good. Tevin Jenkins looked really good. Braxton Jones looked really good. Cody Whitehair looked really good. Everyone on the offensive line looked really good. So Bears fans, the whole point of today's video was to give the offensive line a whole lot of credit. I understand it's a preseason game. I understand it doesn't count for anything, but it's good that they're going in the right direction. And like I said originally at the beginning of this video, Ryan Poles put in a lot of work to revamp this offensive line, and it finally looks like it's going in the right direction. So my message to Bears fans in today's episode of Kick on the Mic is that this offensive line, as soon as this season is ready to dominate everybody that comes in their way, I think Justin Fields is going to have a whole lot of time to throw. And we all know when Justin Fields has a whole lot of time to throw, it's basically bad news for the opposing defense. What we saw on Saturday against Tennessee Titans, those screen plays, those that turned into explosive plays, there's a lot more where that came from, and it's all due to the Chicago Bears offensive line. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to see where this offense can go next. Hopefully we see some more explosive plays in these joint practices with the Indianapolis Colts and in the preseason game against the Colts this Saturday. But I think if we keep seeing these improvements and keep seeing these explosive plays even in preseason, that's just going to give Bears fans some hope. There's still a whole lot of work to do. Hopefully once again they can keep stacking the momentum in these joint practices with the Colts and the rest of the preseason as well as we go into week 1 against the Green Bay Packers. But super excited to see what's in store for the Chicago Bears offensive line. So Bears fans, before I let you guys go, let me ask you guys this. On a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you guys about this Chicago Bears offensive line? Let me know down below in the comment section. Before I let you guys go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Kick on the Mic with every single Bears fan you know. But other than that, back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Kick on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and bear down.
You've been listening to Kick on the Mic, a podcast all about the Chicago Bears. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Thanks, guys, and bear down.